Welcome to T Vibes. This is your girl, Margaret Lungo, and this is a place where we spark your world with a daily dose of therapeutic vibes. And on the therapy desk today, we want to address church offense. It is a Friday. People are preparing for church. Others will be gathering for church tomorrow. Others will gather on Sunday. And church offense is something that you can never avoid. That is why I felt it is important for us to just address that. So, church offense is a topic that's frequently discussed in Christian communities, and it's a common experience among its believers. In fact, the Bible acknowledges that offenses will come, and it is impossible to avoid them entirely. Church leaders and pastors often address this issue in sermons, teachings, and they usually emphasize on the importance of forgiveness, humility, and personal responsibility in dealing with offenses. Some churches even have specific programs or workshops focused on conflict resolution and healing from offenses. Offense is unavoidable in church, but what matters the most is how you deal with that, how you go about it, because we all have to come to a point where we experience healing. And it is actually said that forgiveness is for you, the offended, more than it is for the offender, because that's where your healing process starts from. So let's dive a little bit today and talk about church offense. So, church offense refers to feelings of hurt, anger, or resentment that arise from conflicts, misunderstandings, or unmet expectations within a church community. These offenses can be caused by various factors, which include maybe interpersonal conflicts, disagreements with church leaders, disputes with fellow church members, or unresolved issues. The other causes of church offense may be unmet expectations. When you have unfulfilled spiritual needs, when you feel like your spiritual needs are not being met, when you feel like there's lack of support. So when a church member feels unsupported or neglected during a difficult time, they are likely to take offense. There's also unmet emotional needs. So when a church fails to provide emotional and support or validation to a person, that person is likely to get offended. Perceived hypocrisy or injustice. So, perceived hypocrisy, when church leaders or members are seen as hypocritical, it can lead to feelings of offense. There's also perceived injustice. So, when church decisions or actions are perceived as unfair or unjust, it can cause offense. Lack of accountability. When church leaders or members are not held accountable for their actions, people are likely to take offense. Other factors can include cultural or generational differences in cultural background or generational values. These are likely to lead to misunderstandings and offense. Communication breakdowns. Poor communication or misunderstandings can cause offense within a church. Unrealistic expectations. Having unrealistic expectations of a church or its members can lead to disappointment as well as offense. So remember that church offense is a common experience, and it's essential to address these issues in a very constructive and biblical manner, because it will determine how you will carry on with members of your church, or even just you as a leader, because they are likely to be offended by the people that you are leading. So it is very, very cardinal that these matters of church offense are handled very well and based on biblical principles. Okay, so now that we have looked at a few causes or situations that cause church offense to come about, how do we navigate through this? How do we help ourselves out? How do we handle the issue of church offense? The initial response would be take time to process, give yourself space to reflect on the situation and your emotions. And remember, it is very important to pray for guidance. Seek God's wisdom and guidance on how to handle the situation and avoid reacting impulsively. Refrain from reacting in the heat of the moment, as this can escalate the situation. So it is important that you take time, take a back step, reflect, and pray, because anything that is done impulsively is usually not so good. So communication and resolution, address the issue directly. So if it is possible for you to seek audience with the person that has offended you, please do that. Seek audience with them. Seek mediation. So if you feel like you cannot address the issue or talk about it just the two of you, look for a neutral person like a mediator to come in between and just help you talk about that and resolve the issue. And it is also very important to focus on the issue and not the person. Try to separate the issue from the person and avoid personal attacks. Personal healing and growth. Forgive and let go. Forgiveness is a process and it may take time. So try to forgive the person and let go of any bitterness. Reflect on your own actions. Consider whether you contributed to the situation and how you can grow from that experience. Seek support. Talk to trusted friends, family, or any person that can help you just talk about it and look at this matter in a better way. Focus on your relationship with God. Use this experience as an opportunity to deepen your relationship with God and seek His guidance and comfort. So, when do you know, how do you know when to seek help? How do you tell that it is a point or it is a moment for you to seek help? If the issue persists, if it is a reoccurring thing, people keep doing this thing and it's been persisting, then you know that it is that moment for you to seek help. If you are experiencing emotional distress out of whatever is going through or is going on, you know that it is a moment to seek help. And if you're unsure of how to handle the situation, so remember that handling church offense requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to forgive. By following these steps, you can navigate the situation in a way that honors God and promotes healing and growth. And remember, you cannot fully experience God and worship God the way He wants you to worship Him when you are carrying offense. So when you seek help, when you forgive, when you pray and God helps you and you let go of whatever offended you, you will find that you are just at a better place to worship God and you will experience growth in a whole different way. So I've heard people say, I left the church, I didn't leave God. But the truth of the matter is we'll always have people around us and they will always offend us. Because the Bembas say, imiti palamene, taibula kwesana. So as long as we are living with people around, even in the church, we will be offended. But what God is asking us to do is to instantly look at our response to that, the actions we take after that, and just to ensure that we completely heal from every manner of church offense. I hope this has been very helpful and therapeutic in the spiritual sense. Until next time, it's goodbye and God bless.